All right. Hello and welcome to this core centering practice. This practice will be about 30 minutes long and will be great for um, if you're needing to kind of come down more into a parasympathetic or toward a parasympathetic state. So before rest, before bedtime, or if you're just feeling very kind of heightened and just needing that kind of calming class. This is for you. So, quick overview class will consist of 4 parts. We'll start with some self massage, go into some mindful movement, breath work, and meditation. We're essentially going to be guiding your body toward that parasympathetic nervous system state, rest and digest. So, at any time during class, if anything I'm inviting you to do doesn't feel right for you in your body or feels too activating, simply just shift into something else that does feel good. So I'm giving you the suggestions, but your body is always the smartest teacher in the room. All right, so we're going to warm up. We're going to begin with that self-massage. So we're going to stand. I invite you to stand. And we're just going to begin by shaking, kind of doing a little bouncing, shaking, letting out a big sigh, breathing in and out, and then coming to stillness and just noticing how you feel. Noticing if you feel tense or relaxed. And from on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being like no stress or tension at all, and 10 being the most stressed, just give yourself a number, just rate yourself, and we'll come back to that at the end. All right, so let's begin. We're going to start by either tapping or holding or massaging this point right back here called the Sea of Vitality. So this is kind of right above your hip bones and below the bottom of your ribs. So in general, the holding and massaging will give you a more like calming effect, and the tapping and pounding will give you a more energizing effect. So just really get in there, breathing in and out. Kind of go up toward the rib cage a little bit and head down, just kind of all around in that area. And what we're doing is just kind of letting any tension out of these areas, these acupressure points, and set us up for our mindful movement and our breath practices as well. All right, and then we'll come to a seat. We're going to be skipping a few of the typical acupressure points that we may do, but choosing ones that are more calming. So we're going to go straight to, I'm going to show you my foot, the bottom of our feet, kind of right here. So kind of right under that padded part and toward the middle, kind of in that indent. Okay. We're just going to massage that point. Just really get in there. You can use both your thumbs. You can do some kneading with your knuckles in there. Breathing in and out. Just imagining that you're massaging and releasing any tension that you feel. This point is called bubbling spring. That could need 1 point. So if you haven't switched to your other foot, go ahead and switch. Massaging that same point. Taking a breath in and out. Yeah. All right. And then we will move up if you would like to stand again. We're going to move up to what's called the Sea of Energy point, and that's about 2 inches below your belly button. So you can just kind of play around with what feels good. A lot of our pelvic muscles in here can get very tense throughout the day. So kind of just relaxing through that massage or tapping, or you can do some circling kind of around your whole. It's kind of like a Winnie the Pooh. I just watched Winnie the Pooh with my daughter. So, rubbing his belly full of honey, his tummy. And we can move up to our solar plexus. So right in here, right under the rib cage. Do some massaging. And when we're up in this section, you can also kind of go like right under our rib cage, even right on, kind of going in and under, not too far, but breathing in and out. Solar plexus is kind of right below your rib cage in the middle. Ah. All right, and then we'll move up here to our Sea of Tranquility, what this is called, and these are from ancient Chinese medicine. So with this area in our sternum, sometimes it helps to do some light tapping first, kind of get any of that tension or anxiety, um, let that go, and then come in with some massaging, some like pulling outward from the middle. And sometimes in these spaces, you might find that some are a little bit tender. And that's okay. That just might mean that there's some buildup in there that we can release. All right. Then we're going to come up right below the collarbones here, right towards the middle. You can do some cross arm action for this one. Um, this is called the elegant mansion. This can also help with anxiety, agitation, congestion, coughing, opening up that area, breathing in and out. And sometimes if we're moving super fast, like if we've gone from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, we just put our kids to bed. Feels like we've been going, 75 miles on the highway. Um, Starting with massaging might feel a little jarring. So if that is your experience, you can begin with the tapping and then kind of move into the massaging, kind of meeting your system where it's at today in this moment. All right. Now we're going to move to the shoulders. So right above, um, right below, sorry, your shoulder bone up here. Okay, kind of above the shoulder blade, right in here. And you don't have to get the exact spot. It's okay if you find a spot around the acupressure point. We're not putting needles in there, we're just massaging. So, like an acupuncture, put needles. So, you don't have to get the exact point. Just kind of massaging in there, breathing in and out, letting out any of that tension. Okay, and then staying on the same side, let's move up to the neck. And I'll get a little closer to show you, but we're just going to kind of start right next to the spine and kind of push in a little bit, not super hard, and just kind of do some pulling towards the front, kind of pulling towards the middle, massaging out those muscles in the neck. Breathing in and out. And I'm just holding my other arm because sometimes it gets tired. And so if you want to do that as well, it kind of puts less pressure on that arm that you're massaging with. Just kind of holding it. Pulling towards you. Breathing in and out. Just pausing for a moment and noticing the difference between the side we just worked on and the other side. Just noticing. Mine certainly feels lighter, not as tense, not carrying as much. Let's switch to the other side. Same thing. This can release nervous tension, obviously releases shoulder pain, help with eye tiredness. This one's called Heavenly Rejuvenation. This point. Able to breathe, breathing in and out. Just imagining breaking up any stress and tension and just letting it go. All right, and then coming up to the neck again on the other side and pulling gently towards you. You can find whatever feels good. If it feels good to do it a little bit with a little more pressure, that's fine as long as we're not pushing in too hard. There's some arteries and stuff up there. And you could be sitting for this part too. That is definitely an option. In fact, I'm going to come and sit. All right. And then we'll just take both hands now and kind of go up a little bit further from where we were just working on and kind of where the bottom of the skull meets the top of the spine. So kind of the top of the neck. Just do some massaging in that area. Breathing in and out. And letting go anything from the day that you don't need to hold till tomorrow. All right. And we'll come to stand once more. I invite you to for some movement. So we're going to start with our feet flat on the ground, knees unlocked, the neutral pelvis, spine straight, and crown of our head to the sky. We'll just begin by shifting our weight back and forth and breathing in and out. And then just starting to let your arms shift from side to side, swing. You can imagine your spine as like a sponge being wrung out, bringing out any, just anything that you don't need from the day, cleaning out that dirty sponge. Breathing in and out. Just what feels natural to you. And then try to slow it down a bit if you can. Breathing in and out. And then slowing it down and coming to stillness. Close your eyes if that feels good. And just noticing how you feel. And we're going to bring our hands together and imagine that we're holding a ball of energy. We're kind of coming as you inhale, expand, and as you exhale, contract. We're going to do that just a couple times. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then we're going to do a movement called rolling the earth. So you can also imagine that you're holding the earth or a ball or whatever, ball of light, whatever resonates with you. We're going to do a little stretch here. You can do this seated as well if you would like. But what we're going to do is kind of roll the earth to one side and then roll the earth to the other side. Okay, so you're breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in to one side and breathing out to the other. Just imagine rolling that ball of light through the earth and sensing into that space between your hands. Trying to make these movements as fluid as possible. You can make it as big or as small as you want as well. Breathing in and out as you go back and forth. And moving into our breath practices. So coming to a seat, sitting with feet on the floor, or if you would like to lie down for this section, you can as well. I'll send out there. So feet on the floor, spine straight, crown of the head to the sky. And we're just going to begin with some 4-7-8 breathing. So that is where we inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. Basically before bed or when we're trying to move into that parasympathetic state, we want the exhale to be twice as long as the inhale. So we'll begin inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going on your own. Next time you exhale for 8, you can drop the counting and just notice your natural breath, noticing how you feel. And still with our feet flat on the ground, our spine supported, crown of our head to the sky. We are going to end with a body scan. So we'll be scanning the different parts of our body, just noticing anywhere that we're still holding any tension and consciously letting that go or intending to let that go if we can. So I'm beginning with our feet. On the inhale, we will inhale and exhale into our feet, inviting our feet to let go of any stress and tension. Moving up to our calves. As we inhale, we'll invite a healing energy. And as we exhale, we'll let go of any stress or tension in our calves. Moving up to our thighs. As we inhale, we'll invite that healing energy into our thighs. And as we exhale, letting go of anything we need to in the thigh area. Moving up to our pelvis, our glutes, lower back. As we inhale, inhaling that healing energy, and as we exhale, letting go of any stress or tension. Moving up to our solar plexus, our mid back, right under the rib cage. Inhaling in that healing energy, exhaling, letting go of any stress or tension. Moving up to our chest and our upper back and shoulders. As we inhale, inhaling that healing energy, exhaling, letting go of any stress or tension. Moving into our arms, upper arms, forearms. As we inhale, inviting that healing energy. As we exhale, letting go of any tension or stress. Down to the wrists and hands. Inhaling that healing energy, exhaling, letting go of any stress or tension. Moving back up to the neck and the throat area. Breathing in to that area, breathing in that healing energy. Exhaling, letting go of any stress or tension. And breathing into the face, the head, all the muscles, the brain, inviting that healing energy. And exhaling, letting go of any stress or tension. And as we continue to breathe, just our normal breath, we'll just travel our awareness all the way back down from the head, slowly, face, neck, shoulders, upper back. Just noticing anywhere that feels light, stress-free. Continuing down to the lower back, stomach, hips, just noticing the lightness, tension-free areas that we feel. Continuing down to the glutes, thighs, noticing if we feel light, heading down to the calves, the ankles, the feet, noticing that lightness. And beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Open the eyes if you haven't already. And just noticing how you feel. Maybe thinking back to the number that you chose at the beginning. 0 being no stress at all, and 10 being the most stressed and tension you've ever felt. And just see if your number shifted. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or day. Take good care.